Hello and welcome, everyone. My name is Tena and you're listening to the podcast Make Some Waves, where we are telling stories how people can make a positive impact in their community. Today, here with me are four IT enthusiasts who started a mentoring project called Change Institute with a single purpose to motivate IT professionals to volunteer, guide, and mentor IT professionals throughout their career. Their first program is called Mentoring Byte and is their way of giving back to the community that raised them and creating an even stronger one. I really want to welcome you all today and thank you so much for coming. The idea behind the project is actually to motivate IT professionals that actually they start to volunteer, guide, and actually teach professionals in their surroundings in IT industry and just help them throughout their career. So thank you so much for coming today. And we are really excited to hear your stories, how the project started, what was the idea behind it, and basically what motivated you to start with the project. So before we dive into the story behind the Change Institute, I would briefly like to introduce our four speakers today. First, we have Lora Pleško. And I was really excited when I heard that, she was a musician. Today, she's an entrepreneur and a CEO of a successful IT company, Machineria. I would really like to hear more about the musician part, but as for this moment, you actually have a really extensive background in IT industry with 12 years experience in IT and UX design. You were a business analyst, you were a project manager, and you were dealing also with 8 years of entrepreneurship where you focused on product development, startup, and agile and quality assurance. So you did a lot of things, and I believe your experience today actually helped grow this project from the beginning up until today. So I cannot wait to hear more about your journey with the Change Institute. So thank you, Laura, for coming. Next one, we have Nataša Kapov. At the age of 26, she started a geodetic business that was the first in Croatia to use internet channels. Congrats on having your first business at the age of 26. And today you're the head of customer service and IT in a company, Lemax, that offers software solution for tour operators, travel agencies, and DMCs. So thank you for coming. Really excited to hear more about your contribute to this Project Change Institute. And you're actually working with Marina. Marina, she actually started her career while she was at the university. You were part of the startup Include, and soon you became the head of sales and managed to place smart street furniture in more than 50 countries around the world. So huge congrats. I cannot imagine the amount of work that takes to to put the product in 50 countries. And today you're working with Natasha as a demand generation lead in Lemax. So welcome, really. Really excited to have you here. And the last but not least, the sugar on top. Andrea Knez Karačić, you are a product owner at Rimac, one of the most successful Croatian companies, not just in your industry, but actually one of the most spoken companies today. Um, you actually, apart from that, you were one of the first women in data science ambassador, and you brought the conference here in Croatia. And you're also one of the organizers of a Leading in Text meetup. So basically, your focus is sharing your knowledge about IT in Croatia. So I have a really big powerhouse of IT experts here today with me. So again, thank you all for coming. What we really would like to hear more is actually how the idea of Change Institute started, what motivated you to start this project, and basically what is the future. So I'm bringing the mic to you.
Thank you, Tena. Well, this project started in a simple and natural way, and it was probably much easier than you would think. So we had an idea how to make our IT society in Croatia better, and few of us gathered together and easily talked about this idea. And when you put some small and nice idea into our circle of few people, that idea started to grow bigger and bigger. And it turned out that our little team was a bunch of very nice people, as you can see, and the great individuals and fantastic executors. So this small idea grew into the big project. And today, this project has impact, and it started big and I think very important change.
Definitely. I mean, I can only imagine. Not every idea actually sees the day of light. Your has seen it and people are living your ideas. So I cannot imagine the excitement that came over you when you actually launched the project. Can you maybe tell us more about your mentoring experience? What drove you actually to start this project? What influenced you and your structure and the concept behind the Change
Mhm.
Institute?
Well, I can say from my point of view that in more than 15 years of experience, I mentored, I think, a lot of people, and through my work and through my entrepreneurship journey. And in fact, these experiences were very motivating to me. And I think it is because I saw how much of impact you can have as a mentor on a person, and you can help a person a lot by offering a different perspective. And in fact, I realized that I really like to have conversations with different people, and people who do different things, and people who have different dreams than me. And I find out that when I really listen to people, and when you are really interested in things they say and the things that are important to them, you realize how unique people are and how unique, in fact, all of us are. And other people's stories and other people's dreams, and when they say what they love to do and when they describe that, they can really change you a lot. And that brings really a different perception, and that brings new ideas also to your life. And that is why I really mentoring is something that really inspires me. And also mhm,
And what Natasha didn't say is that she was my mentor. Our program, the idea started, the beginning was me raising my hand when she offered the mentorship to someone on the conference we
on the
both attended.
conference.
Nice.
Yes, and I instantly raised my hand. I don't know why, and we drink some coffee and talk about my problems. Let's say it like this. And
Mhm.
besides that, we start dreaming and talking about something bigger than this. She talked with a few more people, and she called us in Gorski Kotar, the three of us, and there the story began.
So it was like a chemistry that basically drove
Yes.
you together
Yes.
and
In fact, they did
created
not
this
each
group.
other, so we just make a circle of new friendship.
Yeah,
That's
and actually, it was. I mean, I did. I have met Andrea before that. So when I heard that, she was also involved, I knew that Natasha has a knack for connecting a really excellent group of people. But what I was amazed the most by was that, such a simple idea, actually, such like, let's get together people that don't know each other that well, and just let's brainstorm how we can do something, how we can make a change. And it turned out to be so simple that I'm amazed how little you need to actually make a change and make, a world a
To
better
change the
place.
world.
Yeah.
definitely. I mean, you're changing it just by bringing one more people or one more mentor or mentee into your project. So I believe it really makes a huge impact in somebody's not just professional, but I would say also in their personal life. When you meet great people, I mean, I'm thankful that I had the opportunity to actually see this project to my podcast and to meet the four of you. So I can only imagine the amount of people you are meeting through this project. But can you tell us, like, what was the most, like, funniest, or maybe your dearest memory of you as a mentor? So you said that you had, I mean, all of you had some experience with mentoring, I believe. What was, like, the funniest thing that ever happened to you as a mentor?
Well, the funniest
Not
is
a lot of
definitely
fun.
Andrea raising her hand and like in a 1,000 second, okay, I will be mentee, and then we realized that we are also connecting through our other conferences, Girls in ICT, and also Andrea later started. Maybe she can explain better with conference, and that all turned out to be really a huge story of. I don't know, like when you move a butterfly on one end of the world and something changes somewhere in Croatia. So maybe that is the strangest story. Andrea and I as mentor
So
and
we have
mentee.
here 4 butterflies today. You're moving quite a lot then.
Oh, that sounds so nice.
Yeah.
So maybe can you tell us, like, did some of your experience actually influence the structure of your projects and your program, Mentoring Byte? Like that is your first program in this project. Can you maybe tell us more about the program and how actually people can interact with the program?
Yeah, definitely it affected, because when we thought about the mentoring, we had the idea to mentoring be very, very, very simple. So no complicated application process, nothing too much. Just go to website if you want to mentor, find the person you like and the person that you think maybe can help you, and write that person a letter. So could it be more simpler than that? I don't think so. So we really wanted to be simple, and that everyone can have a mentor today. In okay, we are our goal is IT sector, but that the mentorship should not be a privilege. So it is not like something big. I have a mentor, I'm special. No, if you need a mentor, just go and write a personal letter, and you'll get mentor probably. And so
I have to I have to jump in here. I saw the list of mentors that you have in your project, and the list is quite impressive. I would really like to encourage everyone. Maybe if they don't think they need a mentor, I believe it's a great experience to meet people with such like wide and strong backgrounds. So I mean, everyone can enrich somebody with their experience. So I believe that that is also the butterfly effect from this
yeah,
project as well.
Fem mentees are from IT, so our goal is to encourage the growth mindset in IT sector. But we wanted to find the mentors from all the sectors. So you have the technology sector, but also a lot of business sectors, startups, investors, sectors that are not connected to IT, so that there is a really high picture, so that they can mentor in their skills. So that was the whole idea, to work on a growth mindset and to see that we can change a lot of things just step by step. And what was the most amazing in this project, in fact, was that really a lot of people want to be, there are a lot of mentees, that's fine, we expected that, but there are also a lot of mentors. So we, at least a lot of mentors in Croatia, I can say for this part of the world, we can be happy that we live in such a nice country, in a country that has such a nice people that really would like to offer their help, and they want to be a mentor. So we have really a lot of applications from mentor side, and I did not expect this. So it was really nice, very nice surprise.
Yeah, and let me tell you that, so I'm the person who usually puts mentors on our website. So I go through their, bio and skills, and each mentor that I put on the website is like, oh, I should contact this person. This person should be my mentor, because these, all the people are so amazing, and I want to, have a cup of coffee with all of them, pick their brain, and just get their knowledge and their experience, because everyone is so awesome that is there. And what we also had, there are some people that actually apply as a mentee, but then later become mentor themselves, maybe in another subject matter, or but that's excellent to see the circle rolling.
Yeah, I would agree with Laura. So every time when we have our internal Mentoring Byte meeting, four of us, we are talking, we should apply, I would like to choose the mentor, and so on. So we have really nice base of people.
And can you actually tell us more? I mean, I'm imagining you're dealing with a lot of different stories, with a lot of different experience, and why people actually need a mentor. But can you maybe tell us in general, what do you see as the main problems or challenges? Maybe not problems, but challenges. Why would people need a mentor? Why they're asking for a mentor, and how actually your program is helping them to actually exceed their expectations?
Okay. I have a 10-year experience in development and then team leading, management, and now I work as a product owner. And I have to say that the biggest problem in mentorship is people's mindset. So I grouped people in 3 different categories. The first one is I don't know anything and I'm afraid to ask. I think that everyone knows more than one person who belongs to this category, and this problem often occurs between beginners and career switchers. So they think they will be known as beginners if they ask something, if they ask for help, people don't like them, and so on. And then the second category is I know everything and I don't need to grow. So you will think that these people have more than 20 years of experience, but in my experience, those people have 1 to 5 years of it. And they think that they know everything. They don't need to learn something new, and they are in a small box. And the third category is I know enough in my area, but it's not enough to teach others. They are professionals. They have many years of experience. They have the knowledge, have experience, learn a lot by themselves, but they are afraid to speak with others and share their knowledge. So they think they are not good enough. And besides these mindset problems, there's a problem because people in Croatia think that mentorship is done always in a company. You change a job and then you're a new employee and you have a mentor, or they think that mentorship has to be that people have to pay a lot to get a knowledge. So that's some problems that I experienced in my career.
Yeah, I would add that people think that, and they know that it's always easier to use Google and try to find information than find a good mentor. And it's a really better option to use your time to find a good mentor, because Google doesn't know always everything.
True. And Google
cannot talk for now. Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm really happy that in our program we actually have mentors with more than 20 years of experience in their area, and we just had one new couple matched of such mentor with over 20 years of experience, who actually asked, can I have this person mentoring me because that person knows the area I'm interested in? And that's the success. For me, from my perspective, I see this as the biggest success, actually. And the people in Croatia, yeah, they're used to, when you say mentor, they think that, okay, when I get a new job, I'll probably get someone, looking after me in like maybe better or sometimes not, like sometimes it won't be that much of a help. But they don't think outside of their workplace. They don't think to ask for help outside of their workplace. And this is what we are actually trying to show to people, that it is accessible. And, you know, as I don't know, one of the girls already mentioned that people are actually so genuinely want to help. They're really like nice. You just have to ask them.
Yes.
I have to say, I haven't heard of such program in Croatia before. So I think this is just a breath of fresh air in Croatia and in this market. I believe in maybe in more larger countries there are let's say programs similar to this, but I would also have to say that in the last year a lot of people step out of their comfort zone, and when they see that somebody needs help, they're willing to share their knowledge, whether on social media or just trying to help somebody out. So I think this was the right time also for this project, because people are changing jobs, losing jobs, trying to reinvent themselves, or just trying to get ahead. So I think you gave with this program a really big platform for people to express their opinion, to maybe learn about what ways they can actually improve in their current or let's say other career. But also, can you say that actually, do we ever stop learning? So can a mentor at one point become a mentee? You said like you had an example where a mentee became a mentor, but can we do it in reverse? I mean, this was a great example that somebody with 20 years of experience came and asked you for an advice. So, but do we ever actually stop learning? Can we stop being a mentor and became a mentee again?
Well, I would say that we never stop learning. So, even example, so my granny, she's almost 80, and now she's currently learning how to use a mobile phone, and I'm her mentor. So, if we, yeah, so
Nice.
even if we are talking about so small things, we always need the mentor. And when you are at the beginning of career, I remember you have a million of questions, but really million of questions. And when you have a mentor, that person can be your source of knowledge, and you can get answers really fast. So there is less stress. You can save so much time, and we all know that time is money. And what is really important at the beginning, you need to know people, and networking is important in the industry. So mentor can help you with your networking, and that person can provide you feedback. And we all know what does it mean at the beginning when you start. And then later when we are talking during the career, I think you always need a person who can support you. Doesn't matter, or if you would like to change the industry, you are promoted, you need new additional skills and so on. You always need a person who can help you during the process. And definitely mentors at one point can definitely be mentees, and then mentees can be mentors later.
So
And
actually,
I would add that mentor can be a mentee during the mentoring session. That's what happened to me a few times, because I'm a mentor to one girl, and of course I don't know everything. And when I don't know something that I want to share with her, I ask other people that I know, and then I call them and ask, hey, what's the technology you propose for this, this, and this? I would like to use it in my mentorship. And then my friends and people I know suggest me, and we talk about it. And I learn something new, then share my knowledge to my mentee.
so actually, you never stop being a mentee, even though you're a mentor.
No.
That's so true.
Yes.
But I think that's, I mean, if you believe that, I mean, I don't believe that you were ever gonna stop learning or be close to the idea of new experiences, new people, and just basically new way of life, not just as a professional but also as an individual. But I really like that you actually, so a mentor is never gonna be a stop a mentee. So basically, that means in every point of your career, we can ask and basically should ask for a mentor once in a while, just to see, where we can improve or which, I mean, in which directions we can go. We never know where the path might lead us.
Yeah, because I mean, you can't know everything. And especially in IT, because IT is changing so rapidly. Like every month there are new things that you have to know, whether you're in marketing or you're a developer, for example, in marketing, now you have Facebook is not a thing anymore, but now you have Clubhouse. What is that? I have to learn that. I have to be on top of everything. So if you stop learning, then you're actually limiting yourself on the market, and then you're not as relevant as you can be. So I guess, until we die, actually, I had a really, really old uncle. He was around 90 years old when I visited him, and he said, "Oh, I'm just, repeating my French and English a little bit." And I was so amazed by that, because yes, that's like, I guess when you stop learning, you stop living.
Yeah, definitely.
And you can read 20 books about some theme to learn something new, or you can find a mentor, and in a few sessions you can get more knowledge than you will do it by yourself.
When talking about mindset, so we were also discussing about the subject of mindset. So do you believe that if we have mentoring mindset, not just when we start work or at some point of our career, but in our younger years, can we boost some type of entrepreneurship through our mentoring mindset? Because I really believe that the question of entrepreneurship has been raised a lot in the past years in Croatia. We've seen a lot of companies becoming big companies. Somebody's talking about unicorn companies here in Croatia. So we are beginning to be like a small Silicon Valley. But there is also the question of a mindset. So can actually a mentoring mindset in our younger years maybe boost our desire to become an entrepreneur, or just maybe to go in some direction that is not fixed in our books, let's say, throughout our career?
I mean, of course, yes. And I don't believe that we are born with particular, of course, mindset, because you're not born with a mindset, but everything can be learned, and it heavily depends on actually on your environment, where you grow up. And if you grow up in an environment that is not supporting, then you probably, won't do much, because you always have this little voice saying that you're not good enough, or if you fail, that's like a huge embarrassment. So I'm really, really happy to see this changing in Croatia. With actually, I think that IT hugely contributed to that, because we have all these, sexy startups, and being entrepreneur is finally something that is interesting, because, and especially in Croatia, entrepreneurs were always looked at like with bit of disgust, actually. And now that's definitely changing. So we see a collective mindset changing because of the environment that we are living. And because you see all these success stories, then you think, okay, if they can do it, maybe I can do it as well. And this is actually where mentoring will help a lot. So people now have to learn to ask for help, or have started finally asking for help. But also because when you're, there are a lot of young people in their early 20s that want to have an idea and want to grow a business. And of course, if they have someone who failed a few times that can tell them, like, this was my path, maybe you can learn on my mistakes, and don't be afraid to do your own mistakes, because that's also important. It's important to know that it's okay to fail, because when you fail, you just see why you failed, you learn a few lessons, and then just try again. There's nothing embarrassing in failing. So yeah, I do agree that
I'm one of those. I will not learn if I don't fail. So honestly, I need to fail a bunch of times, if sometimes, to learn, because apart from that, for me that was the best like life school. Everything, my failures were my tipping point into, let's say, to grow a bit. But can you
yeah.
tell me, like, what was like, you started with the idea of having a mentoring program, so you gathered a bunch of really high experts to be part of your project. Can you tell us what are the plans for the future? What do you want to accomplish? So you said now that you are not just focusing on IT, you are broadening your horizons. So maybe can you tell us a bit more about that?
Yes, we have a lot of plans. Well, regarding the mentoring session, mentees will still be from IT. We will not change this part. But regarding the mentors, our goal for this year was to have 100 mentors and to have 40 finished mentoring sessions. So we were like going step by step. So we did define a goal at the end of last year. And I can say that for now we are on track. We have more than 70 applied mentors. Not all of them are at the website. We need to put some of them. And for the next year, who knows? Maybe 1,000.
I just
Why not?
wanted to say that.
You have
Aim
to
big,
go
aim big.
for a big goals.
Yeah.
And also, it is our first project, Mentoring Byte. But we, as group of enthusiasts called Change Institute, we are planning a lot of other projects. We are not. I'm not sure how to. Should we go with everything is still in idea phase.
Yeah,
But
and we are actually waiting for the
No, no,
pandemic
no. Don't
to
tell
die
Laura
anything.
had
down.
a
We're going
beautiful
to do
idea
another
regarding the.
episode of podcast to have an exclusive about the
Yeah, of course. That's why I just said we are waiting for the pandemic to pass, and then we're full on back on track with our plans, because it does. The mentoring bite was great because it can be done online. So it was really great that this was our first program, because we could implement it right away. But for the other programs, they do need, a live gathering of people. So we'll
And
have to
yeah,
wait.
it's different when
We
you
were
meet
like
someone
visionaries.
face-to-face.
Yeah, exactly.
Uh, I mean, the numbers are, I mean, congrats. The numbers are huge. It's just you are just at the beginning. So like 1,000, it's not gonna be. You're going to reach that in
Nobody
like half
me
a year.
believed in this 100. I was the only one who said we can do it, and we are on track.
Well, in fact, when we said 100, it was like a huge number because at that time we were six of us, and
Yeah.
that seems like a very huge number. But in fact, it really started to grow, and I'm very happy to see how many people are willing to help and to share their knowledge, and how many people are happy to have a mentor. And when you think about this, what could be more important than to help your friend, colleague, or a coworker to be a better person? And to have more confidence and to believe more in himself. So I invite definitely all of you who listen to your podcast to try to find a mentor and to try to expand their horizons.
Yep.
Definitely, we are going to put all the links for the mentors and the mentee in the videos and in the podcast. So please take a look at the links, and of course, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to these four amazing IT enthusiasts behind the project. But like, apart from the official topic of the podcast, which is actually the project and everything, I would also like to ask you a couple of questions, which I would like to call quick and easy waves. So it's
I'm
nothing
afraid.
formal. nothing to do with the project, and totally spontaneous. So I would really invite all four of you to give your answers, because I cannot actually wait to hear them. So, first one. Can you tell us what is actually the most unusual habit or absurd thing that you love that you're not really sharing with too much people?
For me, it's the way I eat food. So there's a lot of fun ways to eat food. For example, when I take a bite of banana, you can actually, when it's in your mouth, you can split it with your tongue into 3 pieces, but like really neatly.
Yeah.
So, and there's a lot of other food that you can play around in a fun way. So yeah, that's
Can
my
you
thing.
show us?
Now, sorry?
Can you show us?
Yeah,
I
can you
don't have a
demonstrate?
banana right now, but I'll show you next time, definitely. You have to, I mean, there's no other way to eat a banana, honestly. So
Yeah, I mean, I can't only imagine. We can do, does anybody else want to share? I mean, I have my silly absurd habit, but I'm not here like the guest speaker, so I'm asking
But
you.
we are very curious people.
So when I'm sad, it's not quite often, but when I'm sad, I usually watch videos of small elephants playing on YouTube. I don't know why.
Oh,
I really
fun.
don't know why, but a minute later, I'm happy again. They're
I can
so
understand that.
they're they're not small, but they're still sweet. I don't know.
I'm going to try that sometimes. I haven't tried that yet. I usually dive into ice cream when I'm sad, and I watch really cheap movies, like no brainers.
Oh yeah, that's just
I
a
agree.
usual weekday. So
Uh-huh. Okay, so today you're IT experts, right? But like when you were little, what did you want to be when you grow up? So what was the first thing that you would like to be when you see yourself as a full grown woman?
A hairdresser, and I don't know why.
No, but like you maybe
But that
because you
lasted
had a
for
lot
a
of
few
long
years.
hair.
No, my hair was always bad. Maybe that's what the reason I wanted to be a hairdresser. I really don't know, but that lasted for a few years. It was not just one day and another day I want to be something else. And it lasted until I think high school.
Oh well, that's
Yes,
a long time.
but
yeah.
I liked mathematics, and then I just I became a developer. So
So no more hair.
yes.
If you have to pick like one of the cool superpowers, I'm not going to mention flying because everybody wants to fly. But if you can have super hearing, super empathy, or telepathy, which one would you pick?
Telepathy. Sounds
Well,
so cool.
I'm getting old, and I noticed that my hearing is worsening. So I wouldn't mind to hear better.
Okay. And I just have one last question. What would you say to your younger self, like when you were 5, for example, with the knowledge that you have today? What would you recommend her? Like one thing. What would you tell her?
You can do everything.
That is so
Definitely.
true.
Yeah, you can.
And maybe to have more courage, not to be afraid of anything, and not to wait for the perfect situation to happen. Just don't bother. Do what you think you need to do.
True.
And that's also true. And expect the unexpected.
Yes, and I would just say, just ask, and you will get something. The knowledge, the help, you will get it. You just have to ask.
I wish I heard them when I was little, to tell you the truth. Sometimes that would really jumpstart some of the things a bit sooner. But we live and we learn as long as we're living. So I'm hoping that some of the kids today are going to hear some of the things from this podcast, because I believe they can really learn a lot, not just from your project, but from use as individuals. I want to thank to all our listeners and our viewers for watching this episode of podcast, and I would like to invite them to take a look at their website, take a look at the projects. You will find the links below, and feel free to reach out to these four amazing women. Even though you think you might not need a mentor, you would be surprised. As they've said, we never stop learning. So maybe this can be a new chapter in your life as well. Thank you guys once again for coming to the podcast. And I wish you all a great day or evening wherever you are. And keep watching podcast Make Some Waves. See you soon.
Thank you, Tena.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Tena.